Improvisation is interaction with other people. What is one of the most important things when improvising music? Hello, my fellow sufferer. This is a second podcast. And let me tell you what I'm thinking about is one of the most important things is not playing fluidly bebop lines, even if I wish I could. It's not playing melodic minor. It's not playing on a high technical skill level or playing very fast licks. What I want to talk about is something I really don't hear anyone talk about it. And it is, be surprised, it's listening to your bandmates while playing, listening to your fellow musicians while you are making music. This is, in my opinion, one of the absolutely most important things to play improvisational music. And that means being able to adjust your playing to what's happening. Being able to implement ideas, create ideas, listening to your musicians, getting input, being inspired, communicating with them on a nonverbal and musical level. You know, I have this in my online shop. I have this offer that I review your solo. I give solo feedback. You can send me your files, one solo file, and I will give you a detailed critique on different parameters, on what parameters, on how I think your playing was. Actually, I will take this down of my online shop. I don't want to offer it anymore, but it's still there. Someone sent me his solo a few weeks ago. In my inbox, I had a short message that was like, lately I've been having issues playing clean when playing fast lines. My technique is somewhat not perfect. Please have a look at that, and I would appreciate if you give me tips for EQing my bass. So the one was interested in having feedback on his technique when playing fast. And then there was linked with a video. It was an HD video with multiple cameras, very high quality, of a young band from a music school somewhere. I couldn't recognize what it is. I guess it was a very good music school, and there was, I think the band consists of 6 musicians, maybe 7, I'm not sure, I don't recall. And they were very young people, beginning 20s. And what I noticed right away was that their playing was incredibly good. They were played very fine on a technical level, very fluidly. And, the saxophone player was like, very nice lines. It sounded really, really good. While I was watching, I was thinking, this is really good. What can I add to this? I listened to the bass solo, and I really, really liked it. The one had a really, really nice technique, really nice phrasing. He played really great stuff. I was pretty impressed. Very good technique. I don't think I can play that fast and that good. I'm not sure, maybe. But it was, what I was trying to say is, it was great. Great technique, great groove, fine, great sound, everything fine. And after a while, I noticed, because he asked for critique on his technique, what he could do better, and I couldn't see anything to improve, Okay, there was a fret noise maybe somewhere. I didn't quite catch it though. But what I was catching was that these young people were mostly playing for themselves instead of playing together as a group. They were on a very high technical level, but they didn't communicate. They did not look at each other very much. For what I saw, they were really into each other, and I think they sounded like this. Yeah, I think that was quite noticeable. Perfect technique. This is what I want to say. Perfect technique, but no communication. Everyone just watching for themselves, that they play good, do no mistakes or what. And this is the point I'm trying to make here. It would have been so much better if they would have less technique or poorer technique, but more communication. I'm fortunate enough to have seen lots of jazz artists within the last 20 years. And I was very fortunate to see Hadrien Farod, Adrien Ferrot 3 times within the last 2 years. As many of you know, I'm a big fan of Adrien Ferrot, and I consider him maybe the most important bassist of our time, beside Matthew Garrison. And when I first saw him, you know, in the internet, if you type in Hadrien Farod, you will find hundreds of solo snippets, just Hadrien Farod soloing. He has made himself but others have made a reputation for him for his soloing, because everyone is so impressed with Hadrien Farod's soloing because he is so fast and he's playing on a technically incredible level, and he's playing so progressively, incredible saxophone horn-like lines. But it seems that most people only see his soloing, and the few maybe listen to him playing as an actual bass player, as a member of a band, accompanying the musicians. And this was something that I sensed in the first 5 minutes so strongly when I saw him live for the first time. His presence in the room with the band was just amazing. He was so aware of everything that happened around him, continuously playing like this. He was all the time, he was checking the bandmates while playing, not only by his ears, but also visually. And this was so feelable. He was totally with the guys, supporting them, giving into the moment what the music was needing. And this is so incredible. And I find lots of people forget these things, and it's easy to forget, you know, when you caught up in the improvisation. It's very hard to think of all these things, and I find myself in that situation too, you know, so many parameters and things going up in my brain, trying to sound good, trying to play good phrasing, notes, etc. But actually, when I'm within a band, for me it always has been kind of natural to be really in a communication with the guys or the gals. You know, this is we had very good teachings at our school that my teachers were really looking at, hey, jazz is interaction, communicating with people, and I'm really thankful for that view they gave us. So this makes a huge difference, and I found this quality with almost every jazz star I saw on stage. It was, I mean, okay, they play on such a high level, they don't have to worry so much about notes, phrasing, and everything. I guess probably that they do too, but not as much as me, you know. But it's so much about communication. Listen to Keith Jarrett Trio, for example, with Gary Peacock and Jack DeJohnette, or the Wayne Shorter Quartet with Brian Blade, John Patitucci. Oh my God, I just forgot the piano player's name. I'm sorry for that. I'm gonna check this right after the video. Well, but this is communication in its highest form, I guess. So what can you do about this? How can you do this? Actually, it's not so hard, but you have to shift your focus from yourself to the other musicians. You can start reacting, and you can start reacting to what you hear, to what's going on while you're playing, listening, looking, watching the other guys. You can start acting. I mean, implementing ideas radically. And you could, for instance, this is a bit radical, but I like this idea a lot. When, for instance, if you're with your bandmates while somebody's playing solo, stop playing. Just stop playing. As a bass player, this is amazing. It sounds strange, but you know, considering you're in a quartet or in a quintet, if you stop playing, there's still 4 other dudes, or 3 or 4 or 2 that are accompanying the soloist. Okay, so what happens is you just create another band, a different sound. People will, if you do this without announcement, they will feel very strange. Maybe it's better you say before a gig, but that's up to you. But what happens? It creates a totally different atmosphere, and if you wait for the right moment to come in with the band, maybe could be at the climax of the soloist's solo. This creates a huge boosting effect. Imagine, do you know electronic music? You know, there's something DJs regularly do when, I think it's called, in Germany we say it's the bass drop, when the DJ is turning the bass down while the crowd is dancing, and it goes from oops, 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 to and all the people are waiting for the bass to get in again, and there's usually it's like 16 or 8 measures, and then when the DJ kicks the bass back in, usually people in the crowd go woo and they really it just kicks so much and get a boost. I just experienced this on the weekend. It was pretty nice with some electronic music and house stuff. Well, but anyway, I found this to be like this with a band. You should definitely try it out. It's a great effect. What you also can do is play very low, lower your volume, play very, very low, and see what happens if your bandmates are reacting, if they are listeners, if they are good listening, if they are listening well, what happens in the band, they will go with you. They will adapt to the dynamics. You could, for instance, play different styles. This is also very common when playing traditional jazz or standards. You can, in a swing feeling, if you play a swing standard, for instance, you can switch to Latin comping. Pretty cool. Usually the drummer's going along with that, or the other way around, playing swing in a Latin groove or so. It's a lot of fun, and you create surprise. It's something, things are happening within a band. You can have so much fun and keep it surprising for you as players as well as the audience. You can get yourself ideas by listening to the musicians around you. Actually, I saw a good video about this by another bass channel. But anyway, so this is a common concept. Maybe you did this before, but I want to encourage you to do it really radical the next time. It really makes something with what happens in the band. Yeah, I think that's it. Communication, people, improvisation is interaction with other people. It's basically, I think, in jazz, it's so similar to social situation with people, just talking. If you have someone in front of you who just talks about himself, or is the type of guy like, hey, how are you? You have my new CD already? Or something like that. Or did you saw my new video already? People that talk mostly about themselves, not listening to the other ones, or waiting for their turn to speak again. These people. If you have band members like this, it's probably gonna get very hard to implement those new things on a communication level with dynamics and different things. But you can also talk about it in rehearsal or as a concept. So yeah, guys, I hope this is some inspiration for you. If you like to get better with your rhythms and your timing, I have a very good exercise for advanced rhythm training. If you click on the link down below in the description box, you can add to the newsletter and you can download this file for free. I have a video where I explain this technique. Very good. It's one of my earliest videos. I talked very slowly there, so probably you can put up the speed to 1.5 to endure this. But in my opinion, it's the best method to get a better timing and expand your subdivision on playing. So that's it, fellas. Have fun with all these things and have a good one. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.